Hi everyone, my name is Alisha Lakkad and I'm a software engineer in the enterprise engineering team here at Statsig. Today we're very excited to announce our MCP server. The MCP server, when connected to tools like Cursor or Claude, can help you access your Statsig data and help you implement Statsig within your project, all using AI. So for the purposes of this demo, I've created a sample e-commerce application. And the first thing I'm going to do is to try and change the theme of this and gate it behind a gate currently in my Statsig project. So what I've done here is put in a prompt to change the theme to purple, and my gate in Statsig is called new theme. So it seems to have made the changes, and if I just accept file, you can see it's made these changes to my file where it's accessed the gate new theme in my Statsig project, and it's using that to make changes across my code base. And as you can see, it's changed the theme of this app to purple now from blue. Another thing we can do is actually remove some implementation of gates here. Like for example, I want to remove all the gates in here that fail for everyone. So we have the clothing label gate and the shop now button gate that were basically used by nobody in our Statsig project. So we have seen those changes been reflected within our app. One other cool thing we can do is actually log events within Statsig through a cursor. Let's say I want to log an event every time the user adds to cart. All I need to do is ask cursor to log events when this action is taken place, and those events will be logged into my Statsig project. So this is actually a really simple and cool way to integrate Statsig within your application. The way I set up Statsig in this project in the first place was just asking cursor to initialize a Statsig object for me and implement my gates within my app. As you can see here, we have a log event for add to cart where I'm passing in some properties like product price, name, and category for easier debugging. And once I add a couple of events, I should be able to see it on my Statsig console. So as you can see here, we have a bunch of events that I logged in for add to cart. And if we go on there, we can see the metadata that we actually collected, the ID, the name, and the price. Another really interesting way to use our MCP server is to connect it to Claude and actually ask it questions about your Statsig project. For example, I'm going to ask a question, what is my experiment velocity? I get an analysis of my experiment velocity on my project. Another really interesting question would be, based on the current experiments in my project, what would be suggestions of new experiments that I can run? And there you go, a list of suggested experiments for me to run. That was a demo of our Statsig MCP server with a lot of interesting ways to use it. If you want to learn more about it, head to our docs.